Hello, stitchy friends of YouTube. Jenny here, back with FlossTube episode 9. And I know it's been a few weeks since I uploaded episode 8, and it was only supposed to be 2 weeks, but life's been bananas, and maybe I'll talk about it towards the end of the episode in a sort of life update. But at any rate, I went a couple weeks and barely put in a single stitch. It was kind of crazy. But this past week, I've been back in the zone. I've been stitching almost every single day, and I do have some updates to show you, and very exciting, I have a giveaway for you. So if you would like to have a shot at winning one of my project bags, stick around. I'll be talking about that a little bit later. So yeah, let's just dive right in. So the first thing that I wanted to do, my goal from the last episode, was to try to fully finish 2 of my projects. And I did achieve one of those goals, and I have a good excuse for the other one. So I fully finished Please Don't Summon Demons in the Bathroom, which is the one I stitched for my friends that love Halloween and go all out decorating. So I've already gifted it, so I'm gonna have to put a picture up here. I'm really happy with how this turned out. The frame is perfect, both to go with the design and to go with their house, in my opinion. I think it worked out great. And as I said, I gifted it, and I think they genuinely loved it, which is great because when you're gifting handmade, you never know how it's going to go. There's like a good chance they'll like it, but what if they don't? And if they don't, are they going to tell you so that you'll know which would be the better option? Or are they going to not tell you and just feel obligated to have this in their life forever and resent it, and it will be a bad thing? So that's like my worst nightmare. But in this case, I think they genuinely liked it because I only meant it as a Halloween decoration, and they were so excited they hung it up right away, and they said this is a year-rounder. So I think they liked it. Yay! So that's great. And I'm going to pause right now and, as per usual, apologize in advance for the kitty interruptions because I've got Woody kind of going back and forth on the coffee table and kind of making some noise here, and then I've got Ginger over there in the window, but she's being peaceful, so maybe it'll be okay. And I intentionally filmed this 2 hours before kitty dinner time, and I opened a window so there'd be something interesting to distract them. Honestly, I think when I'm talking, they just want to be a part of it. So this is unavoidable, and I'm sorry for it. But back on track anyway. So fully finished. Oh, okay. So the other one I wanted to fully finish was my Crewel project, and I'll put a picture up here. I've shown it to you before though. This is the one that's called Rabbiting On, and I finished this quite a while ago, and I've had the frame forever, and I just never got around to doing it, which is kind of ridiculous because at the time I made this, I actually stitched 3 of them, and I think I've told you this before, so I won't exhaust you, but 2 of them were gifts, and I framed and gave those, and then I just never did the time to frame my own, which is kind of sad. Like, I'm important too. So I did sit down to fully finish that, but unfortunately the mounting board that I prepared, once I put the fabric around it and went to put it in, it's right top to bottom, but left to right it was just a hair too big. I just should have gone just a hair smaller. So I'm gonna try to peel back the fabric and just cut down that side of the board, but the glue I use, it's like a book binding glue, and it's pretty permanent, so I don't know if that's going to work out. I might have to cut a new mounting board, and that would involve, you know, getting out my cutting mat and cutting it, and it just felt like a lot. So that's my big excuse. It felt like a lot. But I'll get it done for next time because now I'm in the zone for fully finishing, and I'm really excited, and I've been walking around the house thinking, where is there a place I can, it's small so that's good, but where can I squeak this in? So I have some ideas, so hopefully I'll have that for next time. So the other stitchy thing I've been working on big time is Haunted Library. I love this stitch. I know so many people are saying this, but honestly it is so much fun. It is the perfect blend of like spooky and cute and funny, and I'm just enjoying every single second of it, and I made a lot of progress on it. So I will just hold it up here for you to see. Go a little closer, and notice how far I am. So I've made some progress since last time. This down here is the most recent release. Actually, when I post this on Saturday, there'll be one more release, but this, as of filming, is the most recent release. And it came out on Friday, and I started stitching it, and I finished it Saturday morning. Well, not totally finished. I have a little tiny bit to put in here, but I love this one because it gives me Buffy vibes because of the whole, was it the Hellmouth under the library? So, I mean, perfect. And then I've also I did a little bit more filling in some of the previous weeks. Very obviously, I haven't got the skeleton in here. I have a lot to do to catch up with those first few weeks, but before this one were Dracula and the Headless Horseman. So I made some progress on those two as well. I kind of got outline done, and now I get to fill in all the fun colors, which will be great. This one in particular really cracks me up, the Headless Horseman, and you can't tell here, maybe I'll put a picture in, but he is holding his head up to see the top shelf, and that's just funny. So I really love it, and I think it's coming along great, and I'm enjoying it, and I can't wait to be fully caught up. I really think I might be able to do it this week if I really stick to it, but we'll see. So that's that one. And that was really the only thing I did stitching on. So the other thing that I've been working on though is pulling together everything and getting ready to start my first Mirabilia, that is Stargazer, and I do have the pattern here. This one is Stargazer. And I think where I left off telling you about this last time, I believe I told you I was placing the 1, 2, 3 stitch order, or just had, for a few fabrics. One of them was just a white one that I would maybe try to dye in a mottled black charcoaly gray color. And then I had found 2 fabrics that were potential candidates for me not to have to dye it. So as it turns out, I actually can't find my dye tools right now. I know I have an area in the basement that's all sort of my stuff, but this stuff, my dye, because my dye pots and everything are big dye pot, you know, and I got all like the towels and measuring spoons and everything. And I had them all in a plastic tote that I use to dye bigger pieces of fabric in. And I can't find the tote in the basement, and I don't know what happens to it. I have to talk to my husband because I'm worried that maybe he opened it up and thought it was like more home goods that came from my grandmother's and redistributed it, and I really hope that's not the case because they've all been used for dyeing. But I think the more likely thing that happened is probably that he opened it, realized it was my dye supplies, and maybe put it with my other stuff and then reused the tote or something, and that would be fine. I'm not married to the tote. So I've got to do some digging around on that because I still need to dye the pink fabric for Sewing Cats, which is the Soda Stitch designs that I really want to work and I'm really excited about. So the 2 fabrics that I ordered, they were both really beautiful fabrics. One of them is getting returned. I'm gonna have to priority mail it to return it to get it back in the 30-day window because, like I said, life was just so crazy, and so I'm down to the wire on that, so I'm gonna do that in the morning. But anyway, the two fabrics I decided to try were Picture This Plus in Stormy, I think is the color, and Fiber on a Whim in Starry Night? Night Sky, I think it is. If I'm wrong, I'll fix it. I'll put something down below and tell you. And the winner was definitely the Picture This Plus, and I have it here, so I'll show you. So I think the sticker's still on it, yep. So I'm going with 32 count Belfast linen. The color is Shadow. And I don't know how well you're really going to be able to, I'll fold it over so there's not too much light coming through it, but it's just a very pretty mottled. I really like the way it's just randomly mottled, like it just gives a nice depth, you know what I mean? That's what I like in a mottled fabric. I don't like when there's significant shapes. And that was unfortunately the problem with the particular piece I got from Fiber on a Whim. The actual fabric itself, the colors in it are really beautiful. It's like a gray, and it has undertones of purple and blue, but it's really funny when you look at the fabric in person, you don't see it. It just looks like a really pretty gray. But when you take a picture of it, those undertones come through. It was really kind of cool. And I loved the colors on it, and most of the piece was great, but on the particular piece I got, there was like a distinct straight line running right through the middle, and it was like a block of light gray and a block of dark gray. And had I been doing a different project, maybe it wouldn't have been noticeable and I could have worked around it, or it would have worked well with the design. But I mean, she basically would have had like a line right here, and I just thought it would draw the eye. Your eye would go to the line. You'd be like, oh, why is there this white brick and black brick? You know what I mean? It just wasn't gonna work. And I was so bummed because it's such a pretty fabric, and maybe another piece would work for me, and I'm sure the piece I got will totally work for someone else. So that one has to go back. But I think I'm gonna be okay with this. And I also have now all the colors. I'm not missing any colors, and I think they're okay, right? Ugh, that's witty. That's witty. Witty, no. Come on, honey. I'm gonna have to stop and move him. No, he's going. Okay. So I think these colors work, and my only concern is some of the darker shades here, pull them up, I think are at risk of sort of disappearing. So I once I get started, I'm gonna have to kind of see where those colors fall in the chart, and then I can make decisions on whether I should go kind of up or down a little bit with the tone to make them show up on the fabric. I think that's the route I'm gonna go in, as opposed to worrying about trying to dye a fabric the exact right color when I have not dyed a modeled fabric before. I have no experience, so there could be a learning curve there, and I just don't want to. I'll dye solids, but I just don't want to with the model. So that's that. Oh, and I also have all my beads. They're so sparkly. Those are all the beads for it. This is my little bag of precious. So I'm really excited, super excited about this project. And the last hurdle with this project is going to be preparing the chart. And it's a little bit of an issue because if you've never seen a Mirabilia chart, first of all, they're really big. They're like big sheets of paper. The chart is on both front and back. There are no like repeated shaded lines to help you navigate where you are, which is a little bit of a bummer. And the paper is yellow. And I'm thinking the reason they do this, make it like big and yellow and you can't get it digitally, is to cut down on people scanning it and making copies. And I get why they would want to do it, but unfortunately for those of us who like to work off a scan or a copy, it makes it really hard. So what do you do? Those of you who love the Mirabilias, are you just the type of person who don't need to like mark on a chart where you are, so you're good with it as it is? Or have you found a way to copy or scan it so that you can, you know, mark it up? Or do you just mark up your chart, the original, and not worry about it? I'm just curious what you do. I think for me, what I'm gonna do is go to the copy shop and shell out a couple more bucks to have big copies made, and just hope they don't come out too gray and yucky because of the yellow paper. We'll see. Because I went the route, I actually did scan it, but I had to do 6 scans per side and then try to kind of stitch them all together in Photoshop, and that never works. Like, no matter how much you try to like perfectly line it up, that's really hard to do. And I got it like 90% of the way there, but it's just parts of it are a little bit blurry because of the way I was trying to like hold it in my scanner, and I'm just not working with it. So I've got to go to the copy shop, and then I'll be able to start that project, and I'm really excited, but honestly it probably won't happen till after Haunted Library, and there's still a couple more weeks on that. So that's that. Okay, let's talk project bags and giveaway. And yes, a cat has appeared. I had to stop filming for a second because the traffic really backed up and there was a really loud truck behind me, and then I got joined by a cat. So this is Taffy. I think you've met her before. And I also have Ginger's by the window, and Woody is right here threatening to begin his shenanigans. So we're gonna wrap it up. So I thought I've made some more project cases. I've restocked some of the ones that were popular and added some new designs to the shop. I'm not gonna show you them all because that would be super boring, so I just pulled a few to show you. And then I'll show you, talk about the giveaway, and then we'll be done. So I restocked 2 of my personal favorites because I love this whole fabric line. The deer and the squirrels. I just love these. They're so cute. And I have different contrast colors in these, so you can pick what you really like. And then one of my new designs are these woodland creatures. They're trimmed out in green. For some reason, this gave me a fall vibe, even though it's green. You'd think that would be giving me spring vibe, but it didn't. It gave me fall vibe, so I added that one. And then I realized I didn't have a cat theme, so I've added a cat theme. So it's got all little kitty faces inside. I really love this one. Okay, and then I have 2 Halloween themes because 'tis the season. So I have this one with the little hexies, and inside it's mini pumpkins. And then finally, this one right here. And this one's really fun because all the white bits, the spider webs and the stars, actually glow in the dark, so that's fun. Yeah, so those are some of the newly added, and I'm listing them in the shop at the same time as uploading this. So if you see one you like, hopefully it'll still be there for you. And if ever there's something that's sold out and you're thinking, oh, that's the one I really wanted, just send me a message, because oftentimes I will have more of the fabric or I can get more. The Halloween fabrics I think are sold out, so those ones I can't, but most of the other ones I either have more or can get more. So if you miss out, I'm happy to make one. Just message me, preferably through the Etsy shop, because then it's all in one place with all my other business stuff. Okay, giveaway, exciting. So I am giving away one of my handmade project bags. And originally this is the one I picked to give away, because we're here at the end of summer. It's got these cute cocktails and then little metallic gold stars on pink. We're at the end of summer now, so I thought, okay, I'll do this like hang on to summer themed bag, and we'll use summer as the word in our comment. But then I started thinking about it and I got worried that maybe cocktails aren't everyone's thing. So if cocktails aren't your thing and you can't imagine them as mocktails, then there's also this option here, which is my little roosters and hens. So yeah. So the winner will receive their choice of one of these two project bags, and you'll just need to tell me which one. So how this will work is you have to be over 18, because I'm going to have to ask for your address so that I can mail it to you. It's open to US residents only. I'm sorry if anyone is an international viewer. I'm not even sure if I have any. The next time I do a giveaway, I'll work out something that will work for both, but this time around, US only. And to enter, all you have to do is comment on this video. Use the word summer in your comment. You can tell me something fun you did this summer, or that you don't even like summer, or anything at all. Just use the word summer. And don't mention that it's a giveaway or a prize, because I want to make sure it goes to a viewer and not some random internet troll who's just trying to get prizes. And oh, if you could make your comment by Friday, October 28th, that would be great, because I will announce the winner in episode 10, which I'll upload on Saturday the 29th, and I will stick to that schedule for sure this time, come rain or come shine. So yeah, if you go ahead and make a comment, what I will do is I will announce the winner, and I'll also reply to your comment, and then I'm going to need you to go ahead and reach out to me and give me your address, and I will get it out to you. But we'll talk about that next time around. So this time around, just worry about making your comment with the word summer, and one of my lucky viewers will win a project case. So yeah, that's it. That's all I have for this time around. As I said, it's not the longest of episodes, but I am fully back in the zone now, so it should be back to normal going forward. So I hope you have a wonderful 2 weeks of stitchy fun, and I will see you soon. Bye.